I love that outfit.
Where'd she get that?
Introducing Barbie Fashion Fever dolls. You can collect all 21. Barbie Fashion Fever dolls, each sold separately.
Where'd you get that?
Hello doll fans and welcome back to Beauty Inside a Box. Today we're talking about an incredibly nostalgic mid-2000s Barbie line, the Barbie Fashion Fever line. Now, if you were a kid in the 2000s, you may remember these dolls in their like tube boxes. I would consider those tube boxes to be quite iconic now. The Fashion Fever line ran from 2004 to 2008. But in that short time, they managed to release a whole load of dolls. And even had several spin-off lines, like the Candy Glam line. Apparently, the Candy Glam line is a Fashion Fever spin-off line, although I can't find any evidence of that. They don't seem to have any connection, but anyway. The Fashion Fever line is fondly remembered by Barbie fans because it was a budget line which was incredibly high quality, something we don't see a lot of from Barbie these days. And today we are going to look back through the full history of Barbie Fashion Fever. But first of all, if you love dolls as much as I do, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok, and also consider supporting me on Patreon. I have loads of exclusive videos on my Patreon, and your financial support would mean a lot to me. Support starts from just $3, so go and check out my Patreon. Anyway, back to Barbie Fashion Fever. Now, the Fashion Fever line actually replaced the Barbie Fashion Avenue line, which started in 1996. Fashion Avenue, similar to Fashion Fever, was focused on current trends and delivering like high quality Barbie clothes. I remember the Fashion Avenue line being a lot more focused on fashion packs than actual dolls, whereas the Fashion Fever line was more focused on dolls, although they did also release a lot of fashion packs and little accessory packs. I remember the accessory packs so clearly. Barbie sales were really starting to dip in the year 2000s because of increased competition from edgier doll lines like Bratz. And I think the Fashion Fever line was introduced to kind of recapture some attention from the tween, like older kid demographic. And that's why some of the dolls were like really nice quality. The Fashion Fever line would eventually be discontinued in 2008, and it was replaced with the Fashionista line, which still runs to this day, although I feel like the name Fashionista might be ironic because the fashion is in short supply in the Fashionista line. Whereas some of the looks from the Fashion Fever line I think still hold up to this day. Like, some of these looks are so iconic. They're really cool, really well thought out, the colours are nice, like, Mattel did a really good job on this line. Anyway, let's have a look back through some of the iconic dolls from the Fashion Fever line. Please don't forget to let me know in the comments which Fashion Fever dolls are your favourites. Okay, the first wave of Barbie Fashion Fever dolls, which was labelled Wave A, was released in June of 2004. There were 3 Barbies, 2 Kaylas, 3 Drew dolls, and Drew was a brand new character who was introduced especially for this line. She looked kind of like an updated version of Midge. We also had 2 Teresa dolls, and the dolls were sold, as I mentioned before, in these iconic tube boxes, and the boxes actually doubled as a stand. The bottom of the box was like the bottom of the stand. So all of these, again, these are budget dolls. They came with really nice clothes and a stand. This Barbie doll here in the long coat and the trousers would be featured in most of the advertising, I remember, for the Fashion Fever line. And I would love to own this doll. Nowadays, the budget Barbie dolls will just come in like a dress and some plastic accessories and that's it. But this doll had a coat, like a long coat and trousers. Again, Barbies don't get to wear trousers very often these days because it takes too much material, you know? Mattel doesn't want to spend that much money on material. And also, the first wave of Fashion Fever dolls had material bags, which is something which would die out towards the end of this line, unfortunately, but I love the real fabric bags. I think this Barbie is iconic and definitely one of my favorites in this line. I also love this Barbie. Again, she has a material hat, which is very cool, and a material belt, which I love. This outfit is just so mid-2000s, but in the best way. Again, I would love this doll. This Barbie here is probably my least favorite. Maybe even my least favorite from this whole line. I don't really like the 3/4 length trousers, but I do like her denim jacket, and the shirt is quite cool. Definitely my least favorite from this whole wave is this Kayla. I just don't think for me this outfit is very cohesive, but it's still a really nice outfit. This Kayla here with the fluffy jacket and camo trousers is just so cute. Like, I love her. This Drew doll is nearly my favorite of the Drew dolls. I really like the dress, but she's wearing these like really long leg warmers, which I don't think really suits the like silky dress in my opinion. The next wave of Barbie Fashion Fever dolls was Wave B in September of 2004. And this wave kind of came in two halves. There was the main wave, which had 2 Barbies, 2 Kaylas, a Drew, and 2 Teresas. And the second half of the wave was Barbie Fashion Fever Tokyo Style, where they were all dressed as if they were going to Tokyo. We'll talk about that part of the line in a moment. First of all, I just want to say that I absolutely love this Barbie doll with her little top and her little skirt. Very cute. The second one in this line, I like her trousers. The coat I don't love. It's very like preppy, which isn't really my style. Kayla's 2 dolls are really nice, although I have to say I don't really love this outfit. I think the other one is better. The character which is definitely serving the hardest in this wave is Teresa. I love these 2 outfits. Both of them I think are really cool. Again, I love the fact that you get material bags and these like really fun coats. And I think these like browns and darker colours really work on Teresa. She just looks great. Next up, in September 2004, we also got the Tokyo Style section of the line. Fashion Fever would do a couple lines which have like a specific theme, which I love. Although, I don't know, I think this line, the Tokyo Style line, if it was released today, it would probably be considered cultural appropriation. But, you know, the looks are still lovely. There's a Barbie, a Kayla, a Drew, and a Teresa. I think Barbie is definitely my favourite. The other looks are a little bit too chaotic for me. The next wave was Wave C, Barbie Fashion Fever Wave C in January of 2005. We got a Drew doll, 3 Barbies, 2 Kaylas, and 2 Teresas. Now, there's this one Barbie which is definitely kind of like Avril Lavigne inspired. She's a bit of a rocker chick. I'm not that big of a fan of this one, to be perfectly honest. I think Teresa, again, wears some really great looks. So far, Teresa is really winning the Barbie Fashion Fever line. Kayla's outfits are looking very Hollister. They're looking very Abercrombie & Fitch. I'm not sure how much I like them. I'm not a massive fan. I think my favourites in this line are definitely Drew and these 2 Barbies. They're really cute. I just really like these looks. And I especially like this Barbie with the kind of like cowboy jeans and the shiny top. I really want this doll. Like, she's so cute. Also, during this line, the dolls started coming with posters, which was quite fun. You could put on your wall. Next up, Barbie Fashion Fever Wave F was released in April 2005. And we have 2 Barbies, 2 Kaylas, a Drew, and 2 Teresas. The Teresas are quite nice, although I feel like this Teresa looks like she's wearing pajamas. Do you know what I mean? I think she looks like she's wearing pajamas. The other Teresa I prefer a lot more. Kayla, again, seems to get that kind of beachy Hollister vibe. It's not really my style. I don't love these dolls, but you know, they're quite cute. Again, the quality is so high. I think the Barbies are both really cute. This like dress over jeans situation is like definitely a kind of dated look, but I still think it's really cool and it's very nostalgic. Next up, we got Barbie Fashion Fever Wave K in September 2005. And we have 2 Barbies, a Courtney, who is a new character, a Drew doll, a Jillian doll, who again is a new character, and we get our first Barbie Fashion Fever boy doll, who is a Kurt doll. It looks like he's using the Blaine face mold. I do not like this doll. I think this outfit looks very old. Like, he looks like an old man. You know what I mean? I think the face mold also doesn't help that. Yeah, he's got a little cell phone and a leather jacket. I don't know. I think both the Barbies in this line are wearing really cute, stunning outfits. Like, I'm obsessed with both of these dolls. The others are just kind of giving me like mid-level slay, in my opinion. I'm very whelmed. I'm not underwhelmed, I'm not overwhelmed, I'm just whelmed. Then we got Barbie Fashion Fever Wave L in October 2005, and this wave was very interesting because it only had 2 dolls. There was a Kayla with this interesting outfit. I'm not a massive fan of this outfit. She has like a plastic jacket, which is interesting. And we also got a Desiree, I think that's how you say it. This dress is kind of interesting. Overall, I don't think this is my favourite wave whatsoever. Then we got Barbie Fashion Fever Wave N in October 2005. And there was 3 Barbies, a Kayla, a Shannon. Kira got an opportunity to appear in this line. And Tia, who is a new character, especially for this line. I think Kayla's outfit is one of my favourites. She has like a kind of corset lace-up top, which is very nice. Again, the details are absolutely stunning. Shannon gets a kind of cool like 2000s rave outfit, which I think is quite fun. Barbie's little like flowery garden party dress is really cute. I can't tell if the bags are starting to be made of plastic yet or not. I think they might be. Next up, the Barbie Fashion Fever line had a collaboration with Girls Aloud, who is a super famous British girl group. This was released in December 2005, and I remember this line kind of annoying me because it's not dolls of Girls Aloud. It's like Barbie characters dressed as Girls Aloud band members. Anyway, they each got their own doll. There was a Teresa doll, a Courtney doll, a Barbie, a Kayla, and a Drew doll. And I mean, these looks are kind of iconic, I won't lie. Again, Girls Aloud was so famous at the time, and Girls Aloud is still very nostalgic in the UK. These are kind of iconic. Next up, we got Barbie Fashion Fever Styles for 2, Barbie and You. There were 3 dolls in this line, and they all came with extra accessories for you, so for the child that bought the doll. I don't love these outfits. I definitely think this one is probably my least favourite, and this one with the poncho might be my favourite, even though ponchos definitely aren't a popular style. I remember loads of little girls in my class when I was younger having ponchos exactly like this one, so it's very nostalgic to me. Next up, in 2005, we got Barbie Fashion Fever 7 Days of Style, and there were 2 dolls in this line, a Kayla and a Barbie. Kayla was getting a lot of love from the Barbie Fashion Fever line, good for her. I think both of these sets have loads of great fashion pieces. I don't really understand why it was called 7 Days of Style though, because there are only 3, like, complete outfits I can see here, not exactly 7 days. Which might explain why the next line was called Barbie Fashion Fever Mix and Match Looks in 2005. It was very similar to the last line, except they took out the fact that it said 7 days, which makes more sense because there are still 3 different outfits here. I don't think these 2 dolls slay as hard as the last 2, but you know, these looks are still nice. Barbie Fashion Fever bookends were released in 2005, which is kind of a weird idea, I guess. I guess they were attempting to appeal to that tween demographic by kind of working the Barbie dolls into pieces of home decor, you know, to kind of style your room with. It's a fun idea, an interesting idea. Next up, from 2005 all the way into 2006, we got Barbie Fashion Fever Barbie Loves Benetton dolls. And each one was apparently themed to a different, like, capital city. We have Stockholm here. And I mean, this is quite a garish outfit, but you know, quite cute. We have London, which is obviously where I live. I would love to own this doll, but honestly, I've never even seen these on eBay. I think these are quite obscure, but the London one I would love to own. She has a crown, you know, for the royal family, blah, blah, blah. The Paris one is really, really cute. This is a stunning, very chic outfit. I'm obsessed. I really don't like the New York one. This is a horrible outfit, in my opinion. I don't know what it is. I just hate leg warmers. We have Saint Tropez. Am I saying that right? I really like this one. Very cute. I like her little kind of gingham top. She looks like she's going on a picnic. We have Osaka here, which is like quite cute. We have Ibiza. I don't really understand what this outfit has to do with Ibiza. I don't think this one is very cute. She obviously has a fun little poncho, but this outfit is... I mean, it's cute. It's very cute and very nostalgic. We have Melbourne. Again, we have some leg warmers. You know how I feel about leg warmers. But this like little kind of shrunken looking hoodie, zip up hoodie, was like a core fashion piece of the time. So very nostalgic. Next up, we got 3 dolls which came with an extra outfit. One was for Helsinki. This one looks kind of like Christmassy themed. I do really like this. Barbie's wearing a hot pink outfit, and there's a whole separate outfit. We have a Capri doll. This one doesn't actually come with a second outfit. She just has a suitcase and a bag. I would feel a bit ripped off if I got this one. And we have Beijing. I do actually really like the Beijing one. She's very cute. We have Saint Moritz. She's quite cute. She looks like she's ready to go skiing. We have Berlin. Again, I do really like this one actually. Although the length of the trousers I find is a bit odd. We have Milan. This one's very cute. These ones all seem to be kind of wintry themed. And we have Moscow. Very, very cute doll. And that was all of the United Colours of Benetton dolls. They were really cute. I love the fact that they decided to theme each one to a different place. I think that's a fun idea. Next up, we have the Barbie Fashion Fever Modern Trends collection in 2006. It looks as if the dolls don't come with bags anymore, which is a shame. I find it interesting that they called it Modern Trends line, because aren't all the Fashion Fever dolls meant to be modern trends? But anyway. There were 3 Barbies in this line. I have to say, I think this Barbie might be one of my favourite Barbies from the entire Fashion Fever line. I love this like floaty bit of material she has here. I love all the little details, and the jeans are really fun. It was a very classic look in the 2000s to wear like a fancy top with like jeans, you know? There was also a boy character in this line. I think it's Ken. It's hard to tell. But we don't get very many boys in this line, so, you know, that's fun. There's also this Kayla. I actually have her. I don't have very many Fashion Fever dolls. I'd love to get more. But I think she's really cute. She kind of looks a bit Christmassy themed to me. What do you guys think? I love her. The only problem with the Fashion Fever dolls is the hair quality. The hair quality is not great. I absolutely love this doll. It looks like Kira to me, and she has like a high pony. She's just really cute, and a crown. Yes, Diva. I also quite like this Barbie from the line because she has her name, her logo on her t-shirt. Like, we love that. A little bit narcissistic, but pop off. And it's that classic noughties Barbie logo with the flower on top of the eye. I think this is a really cute doll. Quite a basic Fashion Fever doll, but, you know, very cute. Next up, we got Barbie Fashion Fever PJ collection in 2006. These dolls all came in pajamas. To be honest, I'm not super interested in these, but they are quite cute. Then we got Barbie Fashion Fever Animal Print collection in 2006, and I think this is maybe like just my own personal taste, but I don't really like animal print very often, and I think some of these are really bad. I don't like them. I think If I had to choose a favourite, it would probably be this Barbie with like the fluffy collar. Quite cute, but still not my favourite. Then in 2006, we got a Barbie Fashion Fever Wave U. And this wave, some of the dolls had painted on tops, like glittery painted on tops, but not all of the dolls. Not all of the dolls, only some of them. I do really like this doll. This outfit kind of looks like a kind of girly femme punk rocker. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of giving Avril Lavigne. I really like this. And then there were two dolls which came in Barbie movie t-shirts. I really want these. There's one with a Swan Princess outfit on and one with a Magic of Pegasus outfit on. I'm just obsessed. I'm obsessed. I also really like this Barbie with the fluffy long coat. I just think that's such a noughties staple, the fluffy coat. Very cool. Next up, we have Barbie Fashion Fever Wave V in 2006, and two of the dolls in this wave were designed by Hilary Duff. And I remember Hilary Duff appearing in a lot of the ads for Barbie Fashion Fever.
Fashion Fever.
I love the black sparkly dress.
Try it with the black go-go boots.
I love the pink capris on her.
I like the beige hat with her hair. Dinner! Look at her t-shirt. Add the plaid hat and it's a look. She's gorgeous. That black dress is awesome. I love that lace dress on her. Where'd she get that?
Whoa! What happened to them?
Where'd you get that?
The all-new Fashion Fever Spring Collection.
Apparently, McFly in the UK were also a ambassador for the Barbie line, but I can't find any evidence of this on the internet. Anyway, I do think this line has some really cool looks. I especially like this one, again with the like kind of corsety lace design on the front. There's a lot of fluffy coats in this line. We get another boy doll in this line. And the two looks that were designed by Hilary Duff, I think are actually really fun. I would love to own these dolls. Next up, in 2006, we got Barbie Fashion Fever Hair Highlights dolls, which came with like a highlighting thing. You could highlight their hair. And we also got Barbie Fashion Fever Hair Shop, which came with loads and loads of hair accessories. It's kind of giving Claire's. Next up, we got Barbie Fashion Fever Makeup Chic dolls, and they all came with makeup for you, which could be used on yourself. These actually aren't my favourite Fashion Fever dolls, but I own two of them. I just saw them online and I was like, I want to get these. So I got them. This one's outfit, I think, is a little bit... I don't love it. I think I prefer this one's outfit. But the hair quality on this doll is a little bit of a mess. But you know, overall she's really nice. They have rooted eyelashes, which is quite fun. Look at all the details on this outfit. I mean, she is very cute. Now, these must be really rare because I have never heard of these dolls until doing research for this video. But we have Barbie Fashion Fever Holiday Collection. There were 3 different dolls in this line. They're all wearing Christmas holiday outfits. I really love all of these. I think they're really cute. Then we got Barbie Fashion Fever Chic Storage dolls in 2006. These all came with like cupboards which you could put their clothes into, although some of the fashion pieces were repeats from previous dolls. Then we got Barbie Fashion Fever Style Spaces. These unfortunately reused the dolls with like painted on tops, but they also came with furniture and it was meant to be like a kind of whole room design. We also got Barbie Fashion Fever Create Your Perfect Room, which was a very similar vibe. You know, they came with different furniture pieces and stuff like that. And then there was even an ultimate loft space, which came with like loads of furniture. It was like a big set. It kind of looks like it comes with a dream house, but it doesn't. That's just the way the box is. There were 2 different sets like this, one that looks more like a living room and the other which looks more like a bedroom. But then, in 2007, everything changed for the Barbie Fashion Fever line. As the line had a kind of soft reboot, the packaging changed. They no longer came in long tube boxes. They now came in the standard kind of square Barbie boxes with this like interesting stripy pink design on the top. And the style of the dolls started to change as well. The fashions were still pretty high quality, but I personally think that the looks just aren't giving. They're a little bit kind of tacky. They're not as kind of like fun and cool as the previous Barbie Fashion Fever dolls. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. The first wave was released in January 2007, and we had 3 Barbies, 2 Teresas, 2 Raquels, a Nikki and a Summer, and a Ken doll. Barbie and Teresa also got new face molds around this time. Face molds that a lot of Barbie fans really don't like. And I have to say, I definitely agree. I just don't think any of these looks really stand out to me. I think if I had to pick a favourite, it would probably be this Barbie look in the powder blue dress. I think that looks quite cute. This is also the first time that Raquel is included in a line like this. Interestingly, I think she's using Summer's face mold, and Summer is using Drew's old face mold. The next line was released in May of 2007. We got 3 Barbies, 2 Teresas, a Nikki, 2 Summers, and a Raquel and a Ken. And Ken's outfit, he's looking a little bit, which I love. I love that for him. We also got brand new Barbie artwork on these dolls. And again, this artwork is very reminiscent to me. It reminds me of my childhood so much. But some of these outfits are so bad. Like, I really hate this outfit that Summer's wearing. Like, I just think it looks messy. But you know, there's some nice stuff in here. Oh, I also really don't like this outfit from Barbie with the black and white spots. Not nice. But I do quite like this dress from Barbie. Again, the quality is still very high on these dolls. Also in 2007, we got the Barbie Fashion Fever doll and fashion sets, which came with dolls and then a whole bunch of fashions. Like, this actually looks like 7 days worth of fashion finally. And again, the colours are all very harmonious. Something which Barbie doesn't like to do very often anymore is like have all the colours match. I think my favourite is Barbie in this kind of like dark hot pink colour, or Teresa in like golds and browns looks very cute as well. Also in 2007, we got some Barbie Fashion Fever exclusive dolls, like dolls that are exclusive in certain countries, and a Nikki doll which came in pyjamas. Now in 2008, the packaging changed once again, and I really hate this packaging. I think these dolls look like fake Barbie dolls, and this face mold here for Barbie is one of the most hated Barbie face molds ever, and you can so see why. Like, it just doesn't look like Barbie. She looks weird. It's so awful. She looks like she's annoyed, like she's giving someone the side eye. This line is considered to be a Fashion Fever line, although the Fashion Fever logo was actually removed after this point, which is a shame. I just want to say that I do think that the Barbie Fashion Fever line had a bit of an issue with diversity. There were very few dolls that weren't white in each wave. So I'm not surprised that Barbie had quite a lot of backlash at this time about being non-inclusive and alienating diverse audiences. There were again 3 Barbies in this line, a Teresa, 2 Summers, a Nikki doll, a Raquel doll, and a Ken doll. And also these looks just really aren't giving, in my opinion. Some of them aren't so bad, but you know, it's just a far cry from where we were even just a couple years ago. I do actually quite like Ken's outfit. Next up, we have Barbie Fashion Fever I'm in Love dolls, and now, these dolls seem to have a bit of a music theme, since the box art shows them, like, playing instruments and singing. Barbie is wearing this interesting kind of Avril Lavigne pop rock outfit again. I actually have this doll somewhere, but I can't remember where I put her. Raquel is here, and Nikki's wearing this kind of interesting outfit. It kind of reminds me of some of the clothes they wear in Coyote Ugly. In 2009, we got another line of Fashion Fever dolls. Again, they don't actually have the Fashion Fever logo, but they are basically Fashion Fever dolls. We got a couple different outfits. These kind of look more like going out outfits. I actually do quite like these. These three are quite cute. They all look like they're going out dancing, which is quite fun. Then we got a Fashion Fever winter collection in 2009. Again, these dolls don't actually have the logo. They all come with hot chocolates or coffee cups. Like, they look like Starbucks cups, and I do quite like that. I actually do quite like these dolls. I think the outfits are quite fun. They're all wearing, like, it looks like Juicy Couture. And Ken's here in, like, quite an unslay outfit. I think Ken looks bad here, and his face mold is really bad. Then we got Barbie Fashion Fever country fans. Again, this is in 2009, and they're wearing, like, sort of country music inspired outfits. I think the Barbie in the jeans and the little top looks quite cute. The other outfits, I'm not so keen. Then we have Barbie Fashion Fever South Beach dolls in 2009. They're wearing kind of like beachy outfits. There's only 2 of them, but they're very cute. I really like the Barbie doll. I'm not that keen on the summer. I don't really like the colours of her top, and also that it's like kind of like a dress over trousers. I don't like that. I mean, I don't know. I definitely don't like it when it's over 3/4 length trousers. The last wave of dolls are called Barbie Fashion Fever Disco Ball dolls, and they all wear kind of fun party dresses. The first Barbie released in this wave had the old face mold that people really didn't like, and then they went back to using the Generation Girls face mold, which, thank goodness, that is a much better face mold for Barbie. And if you know your Barbie lore, you will know that around this time, Mattel actually considered bringing out a new face mold for Barbie. But again, this face mold was rather lackluster and people weren't happy about it. So instead, they just reverted back to using the Generation Girls face mold. And all these dolls were kind of like fun, night on the town kind of outfits. You can kind of see in this wave how the Barbie Fashion Fever line is about to evolve into the Barbie Fashionista line, because these outfits look like something the fashionistas would wear right at the beginning. I found this Barbie Fashion Fever commercial from 2009, and I found it quite interesting because in the commercial they refer to the dolls as Barbie Fashionistas more times than they do Barbie Fashion Fever. This is probably where the idea to call the new line Barbie Fashionista came from.
B-A-R-B-I-E, be the fashionista you wanna be. When you go shopping, there is no stopping. And when you rock out, your fashion's a knockout. Barbie, Teresa, summer, friends dancing all night. Your styling so bright. Be the fashionista you wanna be, Barbie girl.
Fashion Fever Barbie dolls, each sold separately.
And like I said, for a really long time at this point, the dolls actually hadn't used the Barbie Fashion Fever logo anymore. But, you know, I actually think this line went out on a high because these dolls are really nice and I like their outfits. After that final wave, even though the Barbie Fashion Fever lines hadn't even really used the Fashion Fever name in a really long time, they fully evolved in 2009 into the Fashionista line. And the Fashionista line, I've made a whole video about that line, which you can watch here. I'll put a link on the screen and in the description. Also, doll fans, please don't forget to let me know which Fashion Fever dolls were your favourites. I think my favourite Fashion Fever dolls are these ones. Absolutely love these dolls. And my least favourites are definitely these ones. I'll put them up on the screen so you can have a look. Anyway, if you love dolls as much as I do, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok. Also, don't forget to consider supporting me on Patreon, and you can watch loads of exclusive videos on my Patreon. And I will see you real soon, doll fans. Bye! Thank you so much to Siren Kelly, Nikki, Sunny, Bobby and Cheryl, Imani, Tracy, Jico, Patty Heiss, Anna, Jordan, Cynthia, Raina Ray, Petra, Desi, Michael, @dolls_on-the-go, Jasper, Lillian Lish, Michael and Russ, Amber Rodriguez, Natalie, Doreen, Lexi, Jeremy, Shannon, Angelique, Spooky Mama Baker, Vito and Logan, and Sophie. And thank you to all my other Patreon supporters. Your support means everything.